Okay, want to welcome all of our board members to this fantastic meeting that we have. Before we get into some business, want just a shout out to staff and especially our IT Jerry and team to make this happen. We have a pretty good crew, and here we are. We're having our board meeting, so thank you, and thanks to all of you for all you're doing and willingness to meet today. We have quite a bit of business to take care of, and we have a lot of questions and comments, I'm sure, but we're going to try to stick to our agenda as best we can so we can take care of this important business. Now, just so you kind of know what's going to happen here, the first thing that we have is our executive session, and so there's a call-in number. That's the next thing that we're going to go after we make a motion. So we don't need to get into it yet. There's a couple other things that's going to be a little bit different today as we're taking care of business. Vice Chair Cummins is trying to keep track of this monitor here, and we can see your names, and there's a way to raise your hand, but we can't see who raised first, and we're going to try to monitor that. And then we'll unmute you and have you participate that way. When we're taking motions, I have so those of you guys are seeing this streaming, I have a checklist, and it will be a roll call vote, so we can make sure your vote matters. And so it'll be similar to when we go into executive session, because very difficult to recognize with the technology we have what your vote is, and it's very difficult to hear it. So there'll be a couple things different. This is a time, again, where this State Board of Education is dealing with a lot of firsts. Vice Chair Brittany and we've talked about it in the past. We're not afraid of them. We take them on. We don't kick the can down the road, and we appreciate more so your willingness to participate and also your patience as we're moving forward through the day. And so there will be some evolution. If we have challenges, please shoot a text to Vice Chair Cummins or myself, and we'll try to mitigate those challenges that you're having. Everyone's going to do their best, and we'll go from there. So, if going into item number 2, I'm seeking a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the character, professional competence, or physical or mental health of individuals.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Second, we have a motion and a second. This will be a roll call vote. And this also will help me understand and you to know exactly who's online. Board Member Belknap.
Aye.
Board Member Bolter.
There's a delay. You have to unmute her.
She can unmute herself.
Board Member Bolter, you want to unmute?
Do you want me to stay unmuted and you control it? Is that
No, well, no. Board Member Bolter.
Aye.
Thank you. Board Member Cannon.
Aye.
Vice Chair Brittany Cummins.
Aye.
Board Member Davis.
Aye.
Board Member Earl.
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt.
Aye.
Board Member Hanson.
Aye.
Board Member Haynes.
Aye.
Mark Huntsman's an aye. Board Member Lear. Board Member Lear.
No. Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Board,
Try different.
Board Member Marsh.
Aye.
Board Member Nielsen.
Yeah, I can.
He's not on.
And he's not on. Okay.
Board member Newell's not on.
Okay. Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Okay. We're going into executive session. Just for your information, Board Member Nielsen and Board Member Newell are not able to join us. Okay, I'm seeking a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Who was that?
Can you? Who did the so move? If you say like Laura so moved, if we get a name on the beginning, then it
Marianne.
helps us.
Sorry, Larry Ann, so moved.
All right. And then I thought it was Laura for a second. All in favor to come out of executive session, say aye. Okay, so we can't say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Board Member Belknap.
Aye.
Well, I'm in this bad habit. So I've got to do a call here. Board Member Belknap,
Aye.
Board Member Bolter,
Aye.
Board Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Brittany Cummins,
Aye.
Board Member Davis, Board Member Davis.
Here.
Was that no?
Is that an aye?
Was that an aye?
Aye.
Okay, Board Member Earl,
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt,
Aye.
Board Member Hanson, Board Member Hanson,
Aye.
Board Member Haynes,
Aye.
Mark Huntsman's an aye. Board Member Lear,
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Okay, motion is unanimous. Thank you. Okay, we're out of executive session, and here we go. We're gonna start having a lot of fun here. So we want to turn on Board Member Belknap.
Yes.
Do we do these in? Can we do them all in one?
We could, yeah.
Okay, the one thing that we could do here is Board Member Belknap, if you called out the case number with the action, we have three that are.
We've got some recusals.
Yeah, we can't do the refusal, so we're just gonna have to do one at a time. So I think we can get through this pretty quick. So board members be ready to just answer when we do the roll call vote. So
Sorry. We can't hear you.
Oh,
I don't know why.
okay, cannot
We
be.
can hear everybody else, but we can't hear you guys.
Okay, our lights are on. Is it because those buttons are turned off up there?
Oh,
I'm not an IT person, but there's a ton of buttons. But
sorry, with this concern mark, look, I apologize.
okay, board member Belknap, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
looking at the streaming of it.
I should get a sign and put up technical difficulty.
Paused.
Chair, before I start on that, could I, the first case is probably a little different, but the rest are all of the same. Could I read each number and then move from there?
There's a couple.
You can't hear me, can you?
accusers, well.
Yes, I can.
Oh, well, but it's maybe through the YouTube. Okay, the YouTube is not connected,
And that's our recording, so we have to have.
and that's our recording. So, but board member Belknap, were you looking at doing the case numbers that we don't have somebody abstaining on the vote? Is that what you were thinking of doing?
Hooray, I just disconnected it.
I could, Chair.
Okay,
Um,
I'm listening. And I think
actually, the If you could just give me, I'm not 100% sure on two of them. Sorry, I didn't write it down.
Okay. Well, we had board members abstaining on, we had case number 18-1482, case number 19-1617, case number 19-1725.
Thank you.
Did that help you, Board Member Belknap?
Completely.
Okay.
So just know the YouTube, they can't hear you, but they can hear other people.
So we're having a problem with the YouTube piece right now that they can hear everything that you guys are saying right now, but they cannot hear what's happening in this room, and Jerry's working on it. So we're going to have to pause.
He hit 2 buttons on that big, and he only hit 1 on his way out. Should I push it? Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. No audio. I'm getting the email. No audio.
She needs to be muted when I'm not hosting it. Jennifer Lambert, do you want to go ahead and mute your speaker?
Is the microphone turned on? Can we try getting the test?
Lights are on.
Hear the beep?
We're good. Then he just needs to rehost us.
Oh, we got a thumbs up.
Okay.
You're not a host.
Yeah, no.
But we-
You have to be a host.
Oh, and,
Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so do we need to come out of executive session again to?
I think they already got that on the recording, so I think it's up to you as to whether you want to do that. I think.
Okay, our coming out of executive session was not on our YouTube feed, so just want to make sure that we're on the pathway of being right and correct. So we'll just start that process all over again because it's part of the YouTube recording. It's all relevant. So I'm seeking a motion to come out of executive session.
I make a motion that we come out of executive session, Chairman Huntsman.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
I think that's Laura. Okay, all those in favor, I will do a roll call vote because that's what we have to do here. Board Member Belknap,
Yes.
Board Member Bolter,
Yes.
Board Member Cannon,
Yes.
Board Member Cummins,
Yes.
or Vice Chair, sorry about that. Board Member Davis,
Yes.
Board Member Earl,
Yes.
Board Member Gravitt,
Yes.
Board Member Hanson,
yes.
Board Member Haynes,
Yes.
Mark Huntsman, yes. Board Member Lear,
Yes.
Board Member Thorpe.
Yes.
Thank you. We're out. Voting was unanimous.
Chair Huntsman,
Yes.
Mark Marsh here. I am a yes also.
Did I miss you? How did I do that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm a
I
big
know what I
one.
did. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, voting is unanimous. We're ready for Board Member Belknap. Board Member Belknap.
Yes, in case number 19-16654, I make a motion to accept the remand order.
I second that.
So we're going to not consolidate. We're going to do one at a time, right? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Discussion to the motion. None.
No hands raised.
Okay. Let's vote. Board Member Belknap.
Aye.
Board Member Cannon.
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins.
Aye.
Board Member Davis.
Aye.
Board Member Earl.
Yes.
Board Member Gravitt.
Aye.
Board Member Hanson. Board Member Haynes.
Aye.
Mark Huntsman is an aye. Board Member Lear. Board Member Lear. We're not hearing you, Board Member Lear. Board Member Marsh.
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Go back to Board Member Lear. Are you connected? We're gonna move forward. The motion passes. So we'll be working out those technical. Yes.
I didn't hear you say Board Member Bolter. I'm an aye. Went from Belknap to Cannon.
Oh, okay. Man, I gotta do a better job here. Thank you. Did Board Member Lear?
There's an aye. There's an aye.
All right.
I was
we're gonna get
frozen
this
for a bit.
Okay, thank you. Okay, motion passes. Board Member Belknap.
Yes, in case number 17-1454, case number 191613, case number 19-1698, I make a motion to accept UPAC's recommendations.
I second that.
Okay, the motion before the board is on case number 17-1454, case number 19-1613, case number 19-1698 that we accept for UPAC's recommendations. All those in favor? All those in favor, I'll call your names.
Any discussion to?
Oh, any discussion to the motion? Sorry. You're not seeing? Okay. Thank you. Board Member Belknap.
Aye.
Board Member Bolter.
Aye.
Board Member Cannon.
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins.
Aye.
Board Member Davis. Board Member Davis.
Aye.
Welcome. Aye. Okay. Board Member Earl.
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt.
Aye.
Board Member Hanson.
Aye.
Board Member Haynes.
Aye.
Mark Huntsman's an aye. Board Member Lear.
Aye.
Board Member Marsh.
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Check my list. That would be all the board members on the voting was unanimous. On
Okay, case number 18-1482 and case number 19-1617, I make a motion to accept UPAC's recommendation.
I second that.
okay, before I call to a vote,
Board Member Lear abstains or recuses herself, whichever you want.
okay, thank you. Is there any discussion to the motion? Seeing none, let's vote. We'll start with Board Member Belknap,
Yes.
Board Member Bolter,
Yes.
Board Member Bolter,
Aye.
Board Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Aye.
Board Member Davis,
Aye.
Board Member Earl,
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt,
Aye.
She said aye.
oh, okay, Board Member Hanson,
Aye.
Board Member Haynes,
I,
Mark Huntsman's an aye. Board Member Marsh,
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I make a motion that we accept UPAC's consent calendar.
I
Oh, that we
second
have-
that.
So
I
19.
missed one.
Okay, we still have,
I missed it, sorry.
okay, yeah. We have,
I'll take that motion then back and do case number 19-1725 and make a motion to accept UPAC's recommendation.
I second that.
okay, and Board Member Davis is going to abstain from this.
Correct.
Okay. The motion before the board is to, on case number 19-1725, to accept UPAC's recommendation. Going to do a roll call vote on this. Board Member Belknap,
Aye.
Board Member Bolter,
Aye.
Board Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Aye.
Board Member Earl,
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt,
Aye.
Probably until it gets.
yeah, okay. Board Member Hanson,
Aye.
Board Member Haynes,
I,
Mark Huntsman's an aye. Board Member Lear,
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe,
Aye.
Board Member Marsh, did you hear? Board Member Marsh?
Aye.
Okay. The motion passes. Board Member Belknap,
Thank you, Chair. I make a motion that we accept UPAC's consent calendar with the recommendations.
do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion to the motion? Seeing none, let's vote. We'll start with Board Member Belknap,
Aye.
Board Member Bolter,
Aye.
Board Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Aye.
Board Member Davis,
Aye.
Board Member Earl,
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt,
Aye.
Board Member Hanson,
Aye.
Board Member Haynes,
I,
Mark Huntsman's an aye. Board Member Lear,
Aye.
Board Member Marsh,
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Chair,
Board Member-
without objection, would it be okay if I do all three nominations together?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Okay, so for the Assessment and Accountability Policy Advisory Committee nominations, I move that we accept Kurt Farnsworth for a 4-year term.
Second.
I think she was going to do them all together.
We're going to do them all together.
Okay, that we appoint them. Okay, second to the our Trust Advisory Committee, that we appoint Linda Hanson for the remainder of a term that someone is leaving, ending on March 2023. And for our Digital Teaching and Learning Advisory Committee, I make a motion that it's not a motion, that we appoint Scott McCombs to that with no specific.
Second.
Okay, the motion before the board is that we appoint under the Assessment and Accountability Policy Advisory Committee Kurt Farnsworth for a 4-year term. For the Trust Advisory Committee, Linda Hansen to fill the remainder of the term ending March of 2023. And for the Digital Teaching and Learning Advisory Committee, Scott McCombs with no specific term. Any discussion to the motion? Okay, we're going to vote. All in favor, we'll start with Board Member Bolter, or I'd say Belknap.
Aye.
Board Member Bolter.
Aye.
Board Member Cannon.
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins.
Aye.
Board Member Davis.
Aye.
Board Member Earl.
Aye.
Board Member Gravitt.
Aye.
Board Member Hanson.
Aye.
Board Member Haynes.
Aye.
Mark Huntsman's aye. Board Member Lear.
Aye.
Board Member Marsh.
Aye.
Board Member Thorpe.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. That concludes all the actionable items on that's coming out of our executive session. Thank you. Okay, now we're out of that. We're going to go to item 4. Before we turn the time over to Superintendent for her report, I just want to remind everyone on our board that back on March 13th, the State Health Department, along with the Governor's Office, announced the dismissal, not closure, for 2 weeks of our public schools. And this dismissal, not closure, while this is happening, that they're going to evaluate the pandemic, and during this 2-week time, they're going to continue their evaluation. And we have not received an update as of yet on that school dismissal. Again, it's really good to know that not closure. We're waiting, and I know a lot of people are anxiously waiting. So I just wanted to make sure that that's out for the public and for our board members before we turn the time over to Superintendent Dixon. So we're going to turn the time now over to Superintendent Dixon. So do we have her mic?